Honey, I've got bacon cooked.
Oh.
French toast if you want some eggs.
No. French toast sounds
Or
good.
I could do French toast with the gluten free.
I like it. Okay.
That's the new egg, huh?
Yeah.
What?
Bacon and French toast.
Huh?
Bacon and French toast.
Yeah.
I'm coming in.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that. I looked up just about the time I seen y'all going down. Dang. Still running. Something you can say about these little cameras, they take a licking and keep on kicking. You know, honey baby, I realize that there are people in the world that have no purpose in life. I mean, just think about it. They're probably sitting around somewhere down south beside the pool, and all they have to do is just look at the girls in their bikini and drink their little fruit drinks with the umbrella in them, you know, and put some suntan lotion on. While up here, we have a goal, we have a purpose, we have a job that needs to be done. See, if you look out that window right there, you can see snow. It's as tall as you are, and getting bigger because we got another 6 inches last night. So while the rest of you are just sitting around wondering what you was put on the planet for, I know I was put here to move that snow out of the driveway. I have a reason to live. I have a purpose in my life.
Yes.
I've eaten my pancakes this morning. It has given me strength to do what a man has to do. Yeah.
Don't do it, honey.
Yeah, let's just take a look.
Yeah, it's just a fresh coating. Comes all over the rough edges. And smooth everything out.
Oh, it's just snow everywhere.
You could go use your snow pro. I don't need to, you see, because my car's in the garage.
Somebody asked me what's going to happen when summer comes and it's time to get the Ford out and it needs to go in the garage.
You said it could be mine. You didn't say just for the winter.
Dang, hold this for me.
You're not working on my Volkswagen.
Hold that for me.
You're not working on the Volkswagen, so yeah.
That sums it up right there.
Dang. Yeah, dang again. Yeah, there's
Okay,
the gold one. Who's the gold one from? How come you got a gold one, honey?
That would be from Pirate Life.
Yeah.
That was from the Patriots beating the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Okay.
Okay then. Let's go plow some snow. You want to? Oh boy, we're gonna have to plow more snow. Wee!
Whee!
Wee, Charlie, wee! Wee! I can just see expectation written all over your face. Wee, Charlie, wee!
test video, I'm trying to tune the third string. The third string seems to be stretching at a different rate than the other two. So I'm just playing a lot of stuff that involves the third string. We could call this the third string, you know.
Wave if you can see me. Let's stop that.
I need to apologize for something I said the other day, that this little heater was worthless, but you know what? Maybe I just didn't try it in the right conditions. It's my windshield is froze, my defroster is going as fast as it can in the Jeep. I turn this thing on. I have a voltage gauge here that tells me where my voltage is at. This thing is running, and you can see the windshield is defrosting right up above it. So I don't know, I thought I tried this last year and I didn't think much of it, but I hadn't even turned it on this year, but I just did, and there's heat coming out of it, and it is defrosting that windshield. If I put my wipers on, well, it hits that spot in the middle, and of course my Jeep is kind of working these two spots on either side where the defroster bin is, so it's actually working. I think I just was judging it unfairly. You know, that defroster thing right there should be turned around. I think it should probably be facing the other way. So, well, there's some things I can do to make it better in here, but I'm gonna let it run another minute or two, and then we'll give it a try. I got my GoPro set up this way. I put a hooker up there, but I couldn't figure out how to get the camera down low enough to see under that roll bar, so I kind of strapped it to the seat there, and I'm gonna flip it on when we start, and we're gonna push the snow. We'll see how that looks. Alrighty then, today it's about a half a degree below zero. Snowing again. Imagine that. I thought I'd come out and start the Jeep up, see if I can get it started warming up, push some more snow around. The goal is to try to keep it from piling up so deep that we can't get into anything or in and out of here. Oh, it's a lovely day. Look how pretty it is. But y'all wish y'all had some pretty snow. It's cold, cold. Man, that is cold. Alright, since y'all in the snowbank over here, y'all don't freeze to death. Go start that Jeep. Well, she ain't cranking today. I don't blame her. It's too dang cold. Whew. It's too cold for me to be out here. I'm gonna leave it. Let it pile up. I'll plow it when it warms up. Oh, it hurts my face. It's so cold out here. Oh, going back in the house. Sorry. Plowing for me. Turn it. Alright, I'm gonna run down through there with the Jeep and then see if I can move these other two cars up in here. Okay, now that I got the cars up here, I can go to work on that. Y'all see how high the snow is to my garage over there? It would be nice if I could peel some of that back away from that door over here too, in the shed and in front of the Dodge. Also, I think my neighbor's still at work, but I thought I'd try to pull some snow out of his driveway too if I can. I went down and helped my neighbor push his truck out of the snow, and went ahead and knocked snow out of my other neighbor's driveway while I was down there. He's off at work, and figured, you know, nothing worse than coming home from work and having a big messy driveway you can't get into. So figured I'd take care of that for him. I'm just gonna push snow out that way. Just see if I can move that bank a little bit. I'll put y'all over there where you can watch. I said a while ago it was warmer today, but you know, I went inside a while ago and looked at the thermometer and it's showing 13 degrees. I thought it showed 16 this morning before dark. It's cold. I don't know. Well, I would dig out the garage door, but you know what? I don't think I'm going to be bringing Betsy out. So, I really can't think of a reason to. I think at this point I'm going to bring the cars back, set them up in here, put the Jeep away, go in the house, warm my toes up. I might push another row down through there. And then, I don't know. Might come out and work on the Ford a little bit more. We'll see. We'll see what life brings us after that. We doggies. Let's make another run down. Alrighty then, that gives us a good place to stick the cars. I'll bring them back in. I might go ahead and put some gas in that Jeep. She was sputtering a little bit coming up the hill. Could be getting low on gas. These things happen, you know. Yeah, they do. Oh man, it's cold today. I mean, even though it's not, I don't think it's as cold as it was the other day. Oh, it really feels cold. Oh, on my fingers, you know. So, wonder if we can get a cold start out of the rat rod while we're letting the Jeep warm up. Y'all want to try it? We can. Likelihood of it cranking would be pretty slim today. You never know if you don't try it, right? Oh, I just remembered. Better not try that. Last time I did that when it was really cold, my starter switch froze. Couldn't get it to stop cranking. I better not do that today. I don't need to see it run. Not that much. might go in the house, see if I can find a warmer, hard to pronounce your words when your lips are frozen, a warmer pair of gloves to wear. I suppose I could get these two cars started, get them thawing out too. I don't need to go much of anywhere today, but I did want to run up to the post office, see if that stuff I bought from the Ford came, that putty stuff. Go get the key. I'll get the key to Honey Baby's car. Oh, the other thing I could do is dig out around here with a shovel a little bit. know, when that snow's in your face, it's hard to see anything. But I think if I can get these two cars away from the back door, push the snow away, what piles up. You think about it now, it's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's supposed to snow till tomorrow afternoon. If we got this much now, just think about what it's going to be like if I don't keep it moving out of here. I'm just saying. I'm gonna move y'all over there and let you watch while I plow. Still okay in there? I'm gonna take a run up and down the driveway, I think. I think work out a spot over there. I'll set you up here on the snowbank. Y'all get lost, I'll send a dog after you. I send Charlie. I guess I can show y'all how this Jeep plow works too. You know, I'm from down south. I'd never seen one of these before, but basically you lift this up and the plow goes up like that. And you go side to side, the plow goes side to side like that. Oh, isn't that handy? And by the way, while I'm in here, this thing ain't worth a doodly flop. I had a few people ask me about it. I put that in here with the hope and kind of use it as an extra defroster, because you can see, oh, it's about 13 degrees out here. The heater's going. I'm so hot I'm sweating, but the windshield ain't thawed out. And I was sort of hoping that would take care of that. Thing pulls so dang much energy, literally, that the Jeep barely has enough power left to run when it's on, even if the motor's running. So I just decided it wasn't worth it. It's just a waste of money. Sometimes you waste a little money to find out that something ain't no good, but How you gonna know if you don't try, you know? Just gotta give it a try sometimes. Anyway, let's see if I can, maybe I can get in here in such a way where I don't have to walk through quite such deep snow to get back in here next time. Helps if I get the right gear. There we go. See, I got my wire. I don't think that dipstick heater is actually doing any good, that dipstick oil heater, because I don't think it's long enough to reach down into the oil. It's probably in there and it's probably hot, but I doubt if it's doing a whole lot of good that way. But I plug it in anyway, and I always plug my little battery tender in too. I'll sit over and watch if you won't fall off. You can watch if you do fall off too. You can watch yourself fall in the snow. Just saying. Okay. Okay. I don't look too steady on your feet. Other than that, it's all together beautiful day today. Sure is. It's wintertime. It's wintertime in Maine. There's froze up. Come on now. Be messing with me. This one has a, oops, where'd y'all go? Where'd y'all go? See, I was out there talking to y'all and y'all done fell off. I told you not to fall off. Now you probably got snow in your eyes. I forgot to let the plow down. This one is electric hydraulic, which means that the pump, which is right there, works the hydraulic part, which lets the plow up and down and side to side. They make them with, has a pump like a power steering pump too. Fisher's a big plow maker up here, and they make them with a pump. They might make some electrics too, I don't know. This one's a Western, I'm not sure. I think Western made in some other state. Might be some state out west. What do you think? I don't know for sure, but it's a good enough plow. There used to be a place down the road that sold them. I don't know if they still do or not. Mike works up at Fisher, where they make the Fisher plows, and there's some others. I think there might be some other brands around too. I've seen some other brands of snow plows up at the tractor store. I don't know what them are. They're making them nowadays with plastic blades on them and see-through blades and all kind of fancy stuff. I'm just glad I got one that works. I love that old Jeep. That's a fine piece of equipment right there. I ought to pour some gas in it before I go in the house, because it was sputtering a little bit. And you know what? If I don't do it, next time I come out here, I might have to do it, and it might be a lot more snow than we got now. So I'm gonna put y'all to sleep. I'm gonna give you some ethanol, put you to sleep, pour some gas in there. Well, although it took a little while to get her started, once I did, she ran like a top. As I mentioned before, I've got a dipstick block heater somewhere. I think it's up in that attic. I might go look for it later. All right, now I'm gonna move these two Toyotas out of the way. I'll stick them up in there, and I'll push all this snow down that way and widen this part out over in here. Yeah, and then I'll probably crank the truck, pull it out, just pull that snow out from in front of it. Do the same thing in front of the garage there. Yeah, and we'll go from there. I got other things I'd like to get done this weekend, but that'll get us started. So I was just walking all around, chitter-chattering about this and that, and I didn't have the camera turned on, but I do now. So I'm going to crank the Jeep up and run over there and drag the snow and ice away from the garage door, and then I'm going to hook onto that Volkswagen, and we're going to put it somewhere. I haven't decided where yet. I was thinking out back somewhere, but if I could get it up in here, I wouldn't mind if it was sitting up in here. You know, if I could get it up in here out of the way. I don't know if I could do that in these conditions or not. We'll crank up the Jeep and we'll figure it out as we go. I don't think I said it today yet, but man, I love my Jeep. I try to say that every time I use that thing because I do love it, and I always remember that Steve, the guy that gave it to me, watches videos, and he gets a kick out of seeing me loving that Jeep. And it was funny, I used it the other day and I didn't say that, and somebody commented and said, I don't know if I've said this yet today or not, but I sure do love your Jeep. I just got a real kick out of that. So my honey baby, she's out here cleaning up the fine work. I was talking a little bit earlier about setting the GoPro up in here. I still think I'm going to do that. What I'm going to do is just for right now, I'm going to pull it over in front of the door. Let it sit and warm up a while. These windows are so frozen that I think if I wet that little GoPro thing and stuck it to a window, it would be froze right to it right now. I love my Jeep. Said that today. Well, I do. I love my Jeep.
She broke her first credit card. I broke the summer. Well, hang on.
Yeah,
I don't want to stop me.
now to invent a new drummer.
I got a AAA card I can cut off.
It is very pretty out here. Yes, sir. Sure is. Well, the needle valve's stuck on the Jeep again this morning. Instead of taking the carburetor apart like I did last time, I just took out my Leatherman. I tapped on the carburetor a few times and I noticed it started squirting gas again, so I guess that took care of that. I'll set y'all over here in the snowbank and watch me plow out that area over there. Y'all get too cold, let me know, I'll take you in the house. Okay, I think that's good enough for now. So, yeah, I think it's time to get ready to go to work. Okay, I'll get the plow out. We'll push some snow around. Still looks beautiful out here. Run a while and fall out. Maybe I'll get a scraper and scrape that windshield too. I think I'll just let it run a while. So let's give it some time to heat up in there. It's going to be one of those days where everything's got a pretty good coat of ice on it. Both the cars are like that. Windows are all froze up with snow stuck to the ice. Okay, I moved the cars up a way so I could plow over by the back door. Over there on the horizon, I can see a little blue sky peeking out from under the clouds. Might turn out to be a pretty day today. Guess we'll just have to wait and see. I won't be around to enjoy it. I'm going to work. But that's okay. It's a beautiful day. My door's stuck. I'm going to stick my door. I think I got a little meltage happening on the old Jeep windshield now. Let's give that a shot. Enough to push her in a little snow with. We'll see if we can get her going. Okay, I'll let this thing down. We'll go to the store and gas her up, and then I'll come back and put the chains on it. The camera's freezing up again, so I don't know if we'll be able to make this trip together or not. Yeah, I got brake pedal now. I've got another brake cylinder to go on the other side too. And I'll change it one day when the weather's a lot nicer. I don't think I need to do that today. Oh yeah, I got brakes, good brakes. That's good. That's good considering I didn't bleed that other side. I didn't have to. I probably could have gotten a little better brakes if I'd have bled it. I'm gonna try to knock this thing out of four-wheel drive. Put it into high. Since we're going to the store, two-wheel drive. I think that's it. Now I put my seatbelt on. That's the law now. You gotta wear it, but you know, I've had enough wrecks But I just generally like to wear my seatbelt. I stood a car up on its nose one time. Everything in the car hit the windshield except me, and I had a seatbelt on. Ever since then, I thought, I'll just wear it. A lot easier than picking your face out of a windshield, I think. Okay then. Slippery. Oh, I'm sliding. Look at me slide. Yeah, I'm gonna put chains on, alright. Y'all couldn't see that, but I'm sliding right now. You see that? That's ice. Yeah, that's ice. See if I can get out of the driveway in two-wheel drive. Well, I'm spinning. There's a car coming. Get out of the driveway. Okay. There she goes. There she goes. I love the old Jeep. I think I've said that a few gazillion times. There's a gas truck. I don't think I'll get gas there. I used to deliver gas. We used to say don't buy gas if they're dropping a load. Oh, he ain't dropping a load. I think he's filling. Yeah, he is dropping a load. I'll go up to the other store. Because it stirs up all the trash in the bottom of the gas tank. And you get it in your gas tank. And that stops up your filter and the fuel pump and whatever, and then you have troubles, carburetor troubles and all that stuff. I just go to this other gas station. Carburetor ain't warmed up yet. I ain't got the choke. Well, I do have the choke kind of out, but not so much. I need to put y'all down and grab a gear right here, I think. I'm just taking around. I see somebody over there fixing to leave. It didn't take much, a couple gallons, but I always like to fill it up good before I put the chains on, because after that I tend not to want to drive out on the big road with it. I still may drop that gas tank, before winter's over, just depending on how the weather does. If I had a warmer day, and I wasn't expecting a big storm, I'd probably work on that some today, but I got a lot of other things that should be done before the storm gets here, so I kind of feel okay about putting that off. I will probably go around, put it in four-wheel drive and go around, come down the hill and go right back in the garage. And I know that I won't get up my driveway, it's slippery as icy as it is. I'm gonna put the camera down. I'll cut y'all back on in a little. First thing I'll do is go ahead and throw the valve stem core back in there. I'll do the other side and then I'll put some air in it. I'm gonna go up down the driveway with it a couple of times just to give it a try. Well, that worked good. I wanted to drive it up the driveway because that driveway is so icy. When I went down before, I slid all the way down. I came back up just idling in second gear with them chains off. And I wanted to do that to give it a pretty good test. This one ain't real snug. I might just put another stretch piece on that one. I could unhook it and rehook it a little tighter, but I don't know. I think if I put one of these little cords on it, I think that'll be good enough. Okay, then I'll have to go sweep off the 2 Yoders so I can move them. I don't know if I said it today or not, but I love my Jeep. Thanks again, Steve. You're completely awesome. Absolutely. And I am going to take better care of this thing. I've been behind like sheds and stuff. Oh, I got plans for the Jeep. I'm going to make her nice again someday. Really. We're making progress here. I feel like my face might be icing over a little bit though. Alright, I'm going to scrape out this part. Move y'all back a bit. Get you out of the fray. Okay then, I'll go down now and sweep the snow off them Toyotas and bring them back up here. Well, we're just about done with this task. I could probably clean it up a little bit more, but it's gonna keep snowing, so I might want to push some more around later, but that's a good start. Oh, the Jeep's just doing great. I love that thing. Woohoo! So I'll tug the Jeep back over into its little cubby hole over there, and then I'll come shuffle out the back step. And then I got some other things to address today. This is gonna be mostly an indoor day, but I did want to get the plowing done. And I'm really happy about my heater fan. That's a big deal. Kind of watching to see if this thing's going to get hot sitting here idling all that time. Overly hot, I guess is what I mean. I want it to get hot. I want it to thaw that windshield out. Okay. I'm putting it away now, man. I see some snow melt on the hood, but I don't see any antifreeze coming out. That's a good sign. I'll go up the driveway and make it. Well, I don't know, that's probably good enough. I'll just stick them back in over here by the garage again. That'd be good. Should be ready for me for next time. I'll raise the hood, unconnect that heater fan, and see how my antifreeze is holding up. The other day I was idling it and I saw a little antifreeze leaking out of my radiator cap, but I think that was not a good radiator cap. I think it was one that I'd taken off of something else because it wasn't holding pressure. So I put a different one on here. I just wanted to have a look at it, see how it's looking now. Be hot or anything, that's perfect. Beautiful, that worked out just beautiful. Okay. Perfect. That's perfect. I'll just leave my hooks loose there because I'll be raising that up again next time I use it. So, let's go take a look at what else we're doing today. Must be warming up. The camera ain't froze up lately. Good thing. I like these chains quite a lot. They got little cleats on them. Just gripping the snow. They do a real good job. Find my little hooks on here. On that side. One for this side. It's all tangled up in here. There. I guess I could use my blanket to lay on. If I got one. Unlike 63 pounds, I don't have one. Use my redneck mattress to lay on. Eat your heart out, buddy. Just saying. I try not to miss any chance to rub it in. I know he does the best he can do out there in Washington State with what he's got, you know. I don't make him feel too bad because some of us are just, you know, some of us are just better off than others of us. And like I say, I hate to rub it in. Y'all believe that, I'll sell you a bridge, and I'm just joking. Kind of just joking a little bit. I'm only just joking a little bit, though. That looks pretty good. Let's see if that... Comes out okay. Seems pretty good. Alrighty now. I think when I pump that tire up, that'll be about right. Take one of these and put on there. About like this. And take one and put it on here about like this. Do the same thing on the inside, more or less. Alright, let's do the other side. I don't think I need this one. What I did was I got a little extra little piece that's loose, and on the inside I can't hang it across like this, it'll tangle up in the brake line, so I just went up here and back just to tie up that little hang off piece so it won't clatter around. We're going to do the same thing on the other side over here. Oh, the joy. I'm going to set y'all up here and watch. You can watch while I clear off this little space right here. I'll sit you back here on the back of the trailer. Okay, that looks real nice. Got that all cleaned up. No chains hung together real well. I'm going to go out back and shovel out the backyard for Charlie. At least that's the plan. I'm gonna go out here and pick up the snow plow. Okay, that's one side. One of the things I did with the Jeep last year is the steering box broke loose because it was rusted where the bolts hold it to the frame. And I got up under there and did a little ugly temporary welding. I think, just by the way it feels, that is probably broken loose again. And it needs to be fixed right. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to doing. Get that lift in the garage, get that Jeep up on the lift. Probably have to do a good bit of work around where the front spring hanger and the steering box mount. There's two ways to go about that. You can buy a new frame end and cut that one off and weld a new one on. They also make a little gizmo that mounts up in there that you can mount the steering box to that takes it off the frame. And I've looked at both options a bit and probably going to make a decision about which way I want to go with that and do something like that. But once I get the lift here, it'll make it a lot easier because I'll be able to get the Jeep up in the air where I can get a good look at everything. And of course, once the snow melts, I get that plow off of it, and then it'll make it a little easier to work on it too. So I'll get with that later. wonder how long I've been driving it with a tire flat. I didn't notice it. I knew it steered a little funny, but I thought it was because of that steering box. Didn't slow it down none, did it? Alrighty, I'll leave it over the shed to get the weight off that tire so I can get the bead back in place and pump it up and see what's going on. I guess I can go back and look at the videos and see when my tire went flat. You know, when I parked it over there a while ago, it wasn't flat, I don't think, so it must have just happened. Might have run over an old welding rod or something, you never can tell. I think the next thing I'm going to do is try to clear my Saab and my truck out of here. And probably the best way to do that is to set the camera up there where the truck is and just work my way in at it with the Jeep. I want to get my truck out because I've been talking about that lift. I mentioned that lift earlier that a guy had that was used that I might be able to buy. Of course, to go get it, I need my truck. And I'm going to need my trailer too. My trailer's out back. It's probably buried in the snow. So after I get this little area cleaned out, it'll make sense to take the Jeep out back and see if I can get the trailer free. So I'm just going to sit y'all here where you're out of harm's way, and I'll bring the Jeep around and I'll come at it from this angle right here. Well, that was kind of interesting. I got the Jeep up in here and got it cocked around sideways where I couldn't back out without backing into the building. So I figured I better not stop now, so I just kept digging until I dug her out. What I'm going to try to do is back up in here and push that big pile of snow out over yonder. Big old boulder right there. I'll let y'all watch. Nice thing about this Jeep, it starts real good. Oh, this is slow. Nice thing about it, it's not wet snow. Come here, off there. That's useless. Okay. Well, that mirror isn't any good, so we won't have that to work with. Thought for a minute the plow was going to be stuck to the ground. They do that sometimes. I guess first thing I'll do is just let her warm up a little bit. I might just get myself stuck. Did. I didn't get far with that, did I? I guess the snow's just so deep. It's got the Jeep just engulfed. I went to open the door. Look, the snow is literally as deep as the Jeep is tall there. So I done got myself boggled down in the snow before I even got out of my own driveway. Dang, I think that's the difference probably between me and somebody who grew up in Maine snow plowing and would know better than to do what I just did. Of course, I'm sure that probably what I should have done is maybe pushed a little snow forward and backed up and forward and backed up till I gradually cleared out a spot instead of just trying to rip down through it. But now that I'm here, I got a feeling I'm probably not going to get out until some snow moves or until something happens. Maybe my neighbor will wind up pulling me out. I saw him pulling my other neighbor out this morning, so I guess there's a lot of that going around. Okay, so I'll mess with this a little more and then I'll give it up and go in the house, and then we'll think about this some more tomorrow. I tell you what, my face is about frozen. Oh, give this another try. If I don't get loose pretty soon, I'm gonna go in the house. I'm get in the house. Yeah, she ain't moving.
I think it would be cool to move the truck and just sweep the snow out from up in the area where it's sitting there, so I think I'll do that. Well, there's certain benefits to having those tire chains on there that I'm beginning to notice. One is that I have so much traction that I don't have to be so rough on the drivetrain on the Jeep to get it to do what I want it to do. I can pretty much drop the plow with the motor idling, push it around anywhere I want it to go. The other day I was kind of roaring into the snowbanks and gassing it and spinning my tires and snatching it around, and I was doing all that because I really didn't have the kind of traction that I have now. But with these snow chains on here, I can quite literally put it, I don't know if you saw me, but I pushed snow uphill with the plow down, idling just about, and you know, that's all I needed. So that's got to be, it's got to be a lot easier on the Jeep not to be straining that that gear train all the time. So I think that's a good
the way, I can still plow without that snow chain on there. It's just that I don't have the, you know, quite the level of confidence. Like before, I'd just throw this thing right into a snowbank. I was pretty sure I could get out because that chain was giving me enough extra traction just to kind of be able to dig my way back out. Now that I've lost it, I'm just being more careful not to throw myself into a snowbank quite so hard. So I'm going to head around back and see what the trailer looks like. Hey, if y'all want to take a run at the hill, I just cleaned out a path from way up high. I was just talking to my neighbors. A little kid wants to slide on my driveway, so I told him I just made a clean run down through there so he can slide on that. So, I'm going to head out back. See what things looking like back here. This old Jeep's had quite a workout today. I'm really proud of it. You know, this thing kind of takes a beating. The way I've been using it is hard. I mean, it is kind of hard use if you think about it, pushing all that snow around. Oh yeah, they hadn't even plowed back there yet. Okay, well that kind of changes my plan. It did kind of change my plan. And I was going to go back there and look. I guess I ain't gonna. I have to wait. Give them some time. They'll get that plowed out after a while. Okay then, well I have to say this, the Jeep was excellent tool. Somebody said the other day, they asked about, you know, what's your favorite tool, and I said the Leatherman. Somebody said, well, I thought you'd say it's the Jeep. Well, today it was the Jeep, because the Leatherman wouldn't have helped me a bit in the snow. But your favorite tool really just depends on what you have to do on a particular day. So, we got that done. I tried to go out back to check on the trailer. And my neighbors hadn't even plowed out back yet, and I'm certainly not going to take the Jeep in there, especially with no snow tires, no chains on it. Although I seem to remember that I might have some chains in here. It seemed like I had some. I know I got a box of chains, but it seemed like there might have been some tire chains over there. Before I go in, I'm just going to look in my little box over here and see if my memory is correct when it's telling me that, you know, everything's so cold, my gloves are wet, and every time I touch metal, my gloves stick to the metal. Of course, if I didn't have my gloves on, that'd be my fingers sticking to the metal. Let's see what we got. See, my gloves are stuck. Do that. Sit y'all over here for a minute. Nope. Ain't no change in that. I do kind of seem to remember. Boy, look at that. It stuck to that so hard that it tore the thumb out of my glove. That's pretty cold right there. You just imagine what that do to your wet skin. Stuck the thumb on that. Alright. Well, I ain't gonna give that too much thought, because if I did have any chains, they was old chains off something that I don't even know what they might have fit. Probably some old junk I saved. Might have been that I saw some in Lee's yard sale back there. Anyway, I think I showed y'all that earlier, my little winter wonderland back here in the back of the garage. Isn't it lovely? Oh, isn't it lovely? Yes, sir. Okay, let's go in the house. I had about enough of this. Thanks for watching. Another fix here. He runs a snowplow in the front of this thing, and you'll notice this one is tucked up in there real nice on that side. On this side he hit something with it and it bent the metal all out of whack. I'm going to put a jack under that and get a cutting torch and see if I can pull that back around and get it back where it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be all woggled out like that, so I'll go ahead and work on that while I got it in the garage, and then we'll take it up there and let it soak for a few more days. And this one is more fun because it gives me a chance to play with fire. It's always kind of fun to play with fire. I'm going to heat up this thing right here and see if I can bend it back into place. So I'll get my big gloves and we'll work on that a little bit. Okay, I got them
I think they're straightened up about right. There's that one. And there's that one. They look about the same to me. I think we can call that good. I'll go down and let Lee look at it and see what he thinks. And I may come back and throw a couple extra spot welds on this thing right up in here to brace it up. If he feels like that's a pretty good lineup, we may just put a weld on there to make sure it stays good. So with that said, I'm going to take this truck back to him. Oh, look what we got during the night. Yippee! You know what this means, don't you? This means I get to go out and play in the Jeep some more. Oh, ain't it pretty? Let me get my little broom so I can brush snow off the cars, and I'll go out here and get the Jeep started so the heater, oh, isn't it pretty? So the heater can start warming up, and then I'll rake the snow off these cars and get them started. And then we'll push some snow around. Oh, that'll be fun. Okay. Now we'll rake some snow. Sit y'all over here in the window. Might get a little snow over there. Well, that's not bad. It's good light snow. We'll go do the side. Neighbor's out snow plowing already. Put y'all up here on the fender. Well, I got a little time before I have to go to church. I think I've got time to put that snowplow switch mechanism into place. Holy cow. I painted this with 415 yesterday. Somebody told me it would really stick to things. Well, I set it on this bench to dry. It stuck good, that's for sure. Okay. So I'm going to shoot that right up into the bottom of the dash and then stick that snowplow switch on that. Yeah. Shoot a few check screws into it right there. I think that would be best right there. That way as I'm driving, just kind of be over here working the controls. Okay, I've got this plow switch mounted up here now, so I can easily get in here, get my legs past it, and work my clutch, my brake, not to interfere with anything. And it's right here. It's very close for me to reach up and just be able to. I've got it locked. This switch pops out, by the way. I don't think it's supposed to, but it does. But it might not be a bad thing in the summertime if you wasn't using that. You just leave it out. But basically, that raises the plow, that lowers it, and then you can push this little locky thing down, and the gravity will just let it sit there so it's not prone to fall out. And like I say, if in the wintertime I could pop this thing out, sit it in the dash over there, and wouldn't even have it here. So that's pretty cool. Yep. I guess another good thing about the location of that plow, although I didn't plan it that way, it just worked out that when I slide that seat forward, it clears the bottom of that thing, so that works out good. Well, I was trying to figure out this plow bracket mechanism, and I found this. I think this is the bracket that goes on there. It looks like it goes like this. Looks like the front, like there's a bolt right there and this bolt back here, and you can adjust this through these 3 holes, and it looks like this would attach to the bottom of the dash right there. So you could probably figure out where you wanted that. Shoot a tech screw through it once you get it in the location. But it is rusty and nasty, and I think what I'm going to do is peel that old paint off there and shoot that thing with some Pour 15 before I put it on, because it's a mess. Yeah, it is. Alright, then I broke my horn button. My horn button is supposed to be right here. This little plastic thing has this little metal thing inside, and it's spring loaded, and it runs on this metal on the back of the steering wheel when it's in there correctly. Actually, I think it goes up through that hole. I put my steering wheel on there and I didn't pay attention to it, and I snapped it off. And the horn works, but I'm going to need to fix that. But I may not worry about it right this moment. I'll show you what I mean. If I stick a screwdriver in here and ground it out, we have a horn. So basically I need to fix that. But I think for the moment I'm going to kind of ignore that and see what else works. Feels a little bit odd to be sitting in a car with no steering wheel. Oh, heater's running. I hear it. Guess I didn't need that switch under there after all. Let's see, she's showing 20 pounds or so of oil pressure, and she's showing that she's charging. I don't know if my fuel gauge is working or not, but according to that, it's empty.
Hi.
Hey, I got a visitor. Hey, honey baby.
Hi.
Hey, 63 Impala. I spotted this at the museum today, and it's for sale. I'm thinking, considering that big mountain you live on with that long driveway, I know you rigged up a kind of a shade tree snowplow the other day, but I was thinking you might need something a little more heavy duty for that big hill you live on. So just thought I'd let you know this one here is for sale. If you'd like to come get it, you can bring that nice trailer you got and haul it back home with you. Oh, she's a beauty. Just look at that. Don't that just make you wish you had it sitting in the yard? Yeah, hunking. It's just hunking. It's missing a motor, but you could yank the motor out of that old Chevy truck you got and throw it in there. It'd probably fit down between them rails all right. Interesting to me how they've welded extra cleats on these tracks. That's how I learned to weld back when I was a boy. My dad-in-law had a John Deere crawler, and he had got me started welding on the cleats. He said, you weld on them things as long as you want. And that's how I learned how to weld. That's why my cars look so ugly now, because I learned how to weld on a John Deere tractor. That's getting off into another story. We don't need to go there. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you that, give you something to kind of eat your heart out about and wish you had. I know you probably don't have enough stuff. So we got a good bit of snow out here, and heck, it seems to me like a perfect time to get the Jeep out and see how it does pushing some snow around. I've pushed gravel and everything else with it, but I haven't actually used it as a snowplow yet. So no time like the present to do that. Yeah, so let's go see. We'll see how she cranks in the snow and what it's going to take to get the windshield thawed out, and we'll move the saw out of the way. We'll push some snow around. We'll kind of go from there. Everything sure looks pretty this morning. Oh, and look at my shed. It did a good job of keeping the snow, even without a door. Kept the snow out of there pretty good. Awesome. Just one of the things I would be hoping for is that the heater works well enough to thaw out the windshield in a situation like this. It's not going to be much fun as a snowplow vehicle if the windshield's all froze up. Let's get her cranked. Or give me something to scrape that windshield with. Oh yeah, it's crusted on there real good. Well, she's doing a better job than I expected of plowing the snow. I got a few things happening here. One is I want to take this chimney down. I figured the safest place to get a ladder in this weather is in the back of a pickup truck, so I wanted to clear this out over so we could back a truck up in here to get to that old pellet stove chimney and get a big ladder up on that so we can pull it down. And I needed to dig out my bulkhead door because I got a guy coming today to look at my furnace. And oh, she just does a great little job of pushing snow around. I'm totally happy with it. I didn't really set my camera up and film the actual snow plowing this time. I figured there'd be plenty of opportunities to do that as the winter goes along. In fact, I think they're saying another storm's coming in already. But today I just wanted to use it and get the feel of it. Then maybe the next time I'll set up a camera and let y'all watch. Anyway, I'm going to push a little more snow around. Oh, doesn't she look cute sitting down there with snow all over her? Bless her heart. Everything looks real nice around here. Love the snow. Love a snowy day. It's nice to have the time to do this. You know, my neighbor kind of plows for me, and he's retired, and we get a snowstorm and he's off work so he can do that. And you know, for me, with me working, a lot of times I miss the whole storm. By the time I get some time off work, it's all over. So, but kind of nice to be able to get out today and push a little snow around. It's kind of fun. Enjoying getting to know the Jeep a little bit. Well, I'll say this too, it did warm up real nice in here while I was plowing. I found myself pulling my hat and my coat off because it was so warm in here. So that's something you're going to want anytime you're plowing snow. You need it to be warm enough to knock the ice off the windows and stuff like that. So that's good. That's a real good thing. If I'll use that or not, but she's on there just in case we want to. So there's that. But you know, I'm happy with it. I'm actually just enjoying working on it. There's some cars you don't like to work on because I don't know, they don't have a lot of satisfaction factor. But this one here has a lot of satisfaction factor when you work on it, so that's a good thing. Alrighty, let's find my dog and go in the house. Well, maybe I could get that Jeep unloaded a little bit. And the first thing I ought to do is get the plow off of it. And I wasn't sure where to put the plow. And, geez, maybe I could set it right there. Alright, y'all might believe me when I tell you that I have never disconnected a snowplow before. Thus, you probably noticed I kind of drug it across the yard because I forgot to disconnect the chain. But now I know how. Somebody asked me how the other day. Well, let's see. We got these two pins here. They go in those two little holders up in there. And they came out pretty easily. We got a hydraulic line right here. And this side goes down here. And that other side goes up there. And what I did was I plugged these two together just so they would be in a safe and secure place. And I think I'll do the same with these ones. I'll just ease that right into there. It's like a big, kind of like a big air compressor line. There. So I got my snowplow off. It's not as heavy as I thought. You know, I reached down and lifted this end up thinking, oh yeah, you could adjust that to where you wanted it so you could get it on the Jeep. So with that said, I think I'm gonna drive around back and just pull all this crap out of it. One of the cool things I like about living in Maine is that there's a surprisingly lot of antique cars around up here. And you would think with the kind of winters we have and salt on the roads there wouldn't be. But I really think it has to do with the fact that it's kind of cool up here a lot of the times. And I know down south I think the heat literally cooks cars to death. There goes a nice old truck right there. But anyway, I was, you know, somebody gave me my Jeep snowplow the other day. And I've driven by this old Model A pickup snowplow quite a few times, and I just thought, I'll just stop and shoot a picture of that. That is such a cool old truck. This is somebody's house, and I'm not going to walk up in their yard because I don't want to be trespassing or nosy. But it's such a cool truck, I just thought I'd shoot a quick picture of it, and then I'll move on. It's worth looking at, and she is a beauty. I was just talking about the antique cars here in Maine, and I just happened to think, oh yeah, there's an old 48 Ford in the bushes over here. I might as well shoot a quick little picture of that. It's an old dump body Ford. And you see it there? She's sitting out there in the weed grass, just waiting for somebody to care enough about her to come get her and take good care of her. And if I'm not mistaken, John Deere tractor in that big bush that you see straight ahead to the right. I don't know if you can even see it right now. It's all grown up in that bush. But you can see the back wheel right there. You see the old John Deere tractor right there. Oh, she's a beauty. There's another one. Well, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day out here, the day after Christmas. I would like to get that Jeep out and push some of this snow around, what's left of it. My neighbor did a pretty good job this morning. But I don't have a dash in my Jeep, in the you know, the heater controls, the windshield wiper switches, the plow switches, everything's just sort of hanging down. It seems to me like the coolest thing I could do would be to put a dash in this baby. I don't know if it's worthwhile to mess around with trying to push any snow around today or not. It's awful hard to do with that control hanging, just flopping around down here. They put some bungee cords on it and stuff, but it's still pretty much a pain in the neck. It might be very much worth my while instead just to work on getting that dash in here, because that's, you don't think very much about a dash till you don't have one and everything's hanging down on the floor and hard to reach and hard to get to, and it kind of makes it hard to manipulate things around. So maybe I'll flop that windshield down. I need to sand and paint a bunch of stuff up in here, and maybe I'll paint that dash. That's it standing up over there, that brown thing, and then I can move toward the point where I can pop that baby in there. Well, something to do today. Well, I just let the windshield down and thought I'd push a little snow around. I got two sets of Chevy heads in here, one 350 and one set of Power Pack heads. And heck, I'm just gonna go push some snow around and see what it feels like. Here we go.
Ducky. Over here, Duck.
Up a lot of earth.
Oops. Guess it didn't need to be quite so low, huh?
Maybe I shouldn't be doing that. I seem to be digging up about as much grass as snow.
Oops.
Yeah, it's like, well, maybe not. Oops.
Oops.
I'll learn.
Yep.
Look at that.
Oh, you know what? Well, it's got little.
Huh?
It's got little.
Shoes. Yeah, it's got shoes on it.
Are those pushing the? Those that get in the ground?
Well, those little shoes are supposed to keep it
Oh,
from
wow.
digging the ground.
Oh, really?
Supposed to.
Oh.
See how that goes. I'm not digging it up too bad.